The following program is produced through the community television facilities of Saugus TV. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of Saugus TV, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.
Hello everybody, this is the return of the Disgruntled Italian, and I'm very happy to be again once more behind this microphone, and I would like to say thank you to all the ones that are going to listen to me. I appreciate it. Listen to my opinion. This time, instead to take the newspaper and read it off the newspaper and make the comment, I'm going to use for this episode only. I'm going to use my smartphone. Metaphorically speaking, because as soon as they are doing artificial intelligence, and I know when it's coming to translate into different language, it's not intelligence, but it's still artificial. Okay, so what we're going to talk today about it. Okay, I was hit by the event in the Middle East. I never thought in a million years that I will be witnessing what's going on over there, and especially from the Jewish side. Now, I'd like to mind you people that I'm not too much educated on Jewish issue, religious one, the difference from one to another, I don't know. For me, the Israeli people, they are Jewish. Now, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm not wrong, what the heck? All right? So what happened? I mean, after they experience all the persecution that they had, especially during the German dictatorship of Hitler, and what they did to them, I would never thought in a million years that I would see the card completely reversed. How that's possible? And I think one possible explanation is the fact that Netanyahu is creating these things. Okay, this problem is actually artificially creating, because he knows that if he leaves the government, he's going to face a judicial judgment, and that doesn't seem to be in his favor. So he'll do anything to stay. And the same it can be spoken for this guy here, the squatting in the White House. Same thing. So how, in the name of God, it's possible for this guy to starve using starvation as a weapon of war against a population, the Palestinian population? Yes, not even the Palestine people, but the Hamas, that, by the way, historically speaking, he's the architect of the Hamas. He's the one that actually installed the Hamas to get it against the Hezbollah. Okay, so now Hamas, it turned out what it turned out to be. Okay, they grab power 100%, it seems, from my point of view, and they do whatever very well them pleased to do. So when October 7, or a couple of years ago, they did the invasion of Israel, which it's an invasion, it actually invaded their own territory that was taken previously by the Israeli settler, in between quotes, and they just went back, and after so many decades, they were pissed off. That doesn't explain the cruelty things that they did. And they killed 1,200, 1,300 Jewish people, and they got 250 to 300 hostages. So what? It's the response of Netanyahu against the Palestinian people. Is that proportional? No. Right now, they had killed 70,000 Palestinians, okay? 70,000 individuals with relatives, with mothers, fathers, uncle, brothers, sister, cousin, second cousin, grandfathers, all these relation. You can multiply the 70,000 people that they die, they create anguish, pain, and what have you, to the Palestinian people by probably at minimum by 3 or maybe by 5 or maybe by 10. That means the degree of relation in the families, and all these people, they suffer for their losses. So why Netanyahu did that one? The explanation is he doesn't want to leave the government. And the secondary, which is just as important as the primary reason, is the fact that they, accordingly to Trump, especially evil mind, it's like they're going to make a resort area like the Riviera. And meanwhile, they're just going to obliterate an entire population, which it's called genocide. That's why I said, how can they possibly do that when they face it, the stark option of being killed and be eliminated by Hitler regime? 6 million people, okay? The number, it's not, it's just like an idea of what was going on in those days. And probably if Hitler would have won the war, thank God he didn't, it would have been much worse for the Jewish people. So Jewish people, proud people, generally speaking, they are very productive. They are what probably many nations aspire for their population to be like them. Yes. To say that there was the chosen people, well, we can debate on that one, because we still have to establish, well, about God. A lot of question and answer, and a lot of assumption be done. So this is now gets out of what I want to voice my opinion with. So now we have the UN that, to my point of view, it's almost like a joke, okay? And I have witnessed that for the last 50, 60 years. I witnessed that. They go they send their blue helmet where they are hotspot, but then they tie their hands to it. It doesn't make any sense. To me, it's like, let's imagine a situation. We have hotspot, we have this post occupied by the blue helmet, and they have witnessed something out of two factions that it's wrong, but there is nothing they can do. That's utterly ridiculous. Okay, as from their vantage point of view, their vantage view, I should say, they are seeing it, who started what, or what happened, and they can make a decision on the spot without asking to the headquarters in the UN, can we do this? Or no, do what you think is right, do it there and now, and finish it off. Make sure that these two parties understand that they have to answer to somebody, some kind of organization. Otherwise, the UN has not even reason to exist. Okay? So, and with that one said, I would like to add one more thing not to the Middle East, um, to the Middle East problems that they have, because that expands not just from Hamas and Israel, but also Iran, Iraq, Lebanon, uh, Syria. It's an If I have to try to recollect on my memory, all this started many, many decades ago, when they found out that the black gold, it was under the underground over there, it would have moved a lot of stuff and would have changed the course of the entire world. And from there on, there is always somebody that's fighting somebody else, one nation, one tribe, oh my God. That shows that the main object on the altar of the future is money. And money trumps God, trumps religions, all type, trumps everything. And as some people say, oh, the money, it's an evil thing. Well, I would like to rectify that one, as money is not an evil thing. Money is, it's reflect the character of the people that they manage the money. If they are greedy, we all gonna be greedy because the money. If they're generous, we all gonna be generous because the money. And you say, how can you equate that one? Well, it's simple. Humans are a sociable animal, if I should say, without being, so disrespectful to human. So, what is the point? The point goes from, you have the decision maker, they are generous, they are compassionate, and they help. It is reflect to everybody else, because as social as we are, we have a tendency to copy good or copy bad. Therefore, the money is the reflection of the society, of how they're going and what they're doing. And, well, it's appalling now what's going on, but that's okay. Now, from this one, if this reflection, I would like to go to our beloved United States of America. Okay? Now, we have a president that we know it's not qualified to be president. It's like he grew up with a silver spoon in his mouth. He was spoiled because everything was given to him. Even the education was given to him. That it's a character maker or taker. Even the spurborn, he didn't even go to the military, and now is the what is that? It's the office, the commander in chief. Okay, that's fun. It's like, I don't know, a great composer. Okay, great composer of music and all that, and try to ask him, okay, can you mix a batch of cement for me? The guy wouldn't know where to start. And this is the same can be said for Trump. He is not politician. It's in the politics, okay, long enough to not to say that he's an outsider, okay. He's using the system that the organized crime using, blackmailing, okay. He probably elevated to an art form, but that's what it is, blackmailing. That's why the Republican, they keep staying with him, because they know if they do something like other before them, they're going to lose their cushy seat, their job, their income, their unbelievable health care, and all that stuff. So they cave in. And Trump knows that. Okay? So, having said that, we see what happened with ICE, okay, and all the incredible things that they do, that they're, well, even Satan, I think, the devil must learn from them, because they have no heart, no soul. When they pick up these people that they know their family, and they break them up and they take them away, and there is no way to see where they go, what they do. You gotta search for them, because God knows where they are. They never give it one thought about their own cousin, their own brother and sister, mother and father. What would they do if that same thing it happens to them? So therefore, these people that they execute in those order, they have no conscience, they have no heart. I don't think they are probably human being, not even at the cave level, because even then they were trying to help each other for all the all the adversity that they have in their nature. So, see, we are in a mess here, in a mess. Now, as I say more than one time before now, you look and pay attention to what Trump say, but pay more attention to what he doesn't say, and he does. You seen all this stuff that he makes with that all the Congress, okay, and his henchmen in the administration, because I can bring myself to call them public official. I call them henchmen, because that's what they are. And not only that, when they receive a god awful order to do something really nasty or to break our constitution, those henchmen, they want to show that they can do even better. They can do the job 100%, and they take pride of this action that they take. You know, like if you go back in those old videos and clips from the Second World War, when they were packing all these Jewish people, LGBTQ people, people with mental disability, they packing them all into those trains that they are bearable, acceptable for cattle and animals. They were packing them that they couldn't even sit, and they were traveling them for hours or days on end. Okay, the food was unspeakable. The cold that they've, so that you can see those things from those days, and you say, I think we are already there. You say, wow, we are there, because they pick them up, they throw it someplace, and they just shipping them away. Obviously, are no longer those trains, because our transportation system has evolved. So we're not going to see the same video anymore. But you can see a couple of them, like a person stopped on the street with the excuse of something, and these people with masks on it. In those days, at least the SS, they have the courage. Well, I don't know if I can say the courage, but they can show their faces. Okay? So, in that black situation, in that gut-wrenching thing, places that they still keep the fact that this is, we got a face. You see my face. I am taking you. I don't understand what this is. Probably Stephen Miller is like the Goebbels of those days. I don't even know how the family can really cope with having a family member like that. But evidently, like there is an old proverb in Italy, it says that all their mothers, sons, and daughters are the most beautiful thing in the world, no matter what. So that's probably fall in that category. Okay, then there was something I found. See, on my phone. Let's see if I can see it. I think I won't be able to see it, and that's about um, Cory Booker, um, the senator from New Jersey, and uh, uh, what do you call it? Lisa Murkowski, the senator from Alaska. No, not from Alaska. I'm sorry, I'm getting confused. And Cortez, the other senator, that and they having a big fight. That is a big fight. That's the same party. Yes, you can argue, you can say things. Best of all, it's to say it behind closed door that try to work out the divergence of opinion, and then show that the Democratic Party has still some spine to it, something. Why? Because so far they concede, they looks like, I don't even know, except for Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Bernie Sanders and a couple of others, that they do go around to a town hall meeting, doing rallies, so that they show and they talk to people and they say their opinion, what they wanted to do or they aspire to do, but they can't really speak for the entire Democratic Party. And that's what people start to think, I don't know. I mean, no matter what they say or what they do, they are not united so they can make a really substantial and an opposition that has got some body to it, that they listen to it, even though they are minority. And we know minority, they have to be very, they have to use a big imagination for it to make sure they're creative, to try to go into the majority skins and make things possibly change, But so far, as Trump's got them under the Republican, under blackmailing, and when I say blackmailing, I say only on the primary, because as Trump has it, and the grifter and on the entire family is piling up a fortune that probably it's hard to imagine. Okay, so they can probably spend with this rich friend money in order to put some opposition in the primary to the Republican that they don't like, so that those Republicans are going to lose their seat. But how you can neutralize that weapon? Simple. Ignore it, do what you have to do what you want to do, and then ignore what Trump and his henchmen will say to those Republican representatives as senators, those threats. Okay? No. Don't listen to them. Do what you have to do what is right. Do what the Constitution tells you to do. And he'll become powerless. He will become like a sheep, because any bully, when they feel they're threatened, oh boy, do they come in fast. Right now, as positive, a majority of American people see the slight difference that he's behaving himself in front of a microphone, in front of a public appearances. Yes, he's trying, he's trying, the wolf, to show that he is a sheep. So it's a wolf putting on the sheep clothes to say, you see, I am a good president. I know what to do. But he can fool only those simple-minded people. That's all. People that they've been around a few times around the block, a little bit more difficult to fool them. But obviously the fear is there. Therefore, as the fear is there, they're going to cave in on him. Don't. This is my message to all the Republicans. Don't cave on Trump. Don't cave on their blackmailing. You know better. You had the experience. And you know what is good for the United States. Never mind who's governing, because today's you people are governing, tomorrow will be the Democrat, and maybe another administration, another party. That's all. That's all, guys. That's the whole thing. That's why life, event, everything, it's like a big wheel, And whoever is in the big wheel, they know they're going to go up on the top, but they also know they're going to go down at the bottom again, because the wheel turns, keep turning, okay? So, and our founding father, I would say they were probably blessed by God, giving them all that wisdom to craft one of the best, if not the best, of the Constitution in the world. Because I know also some of the Italian Constitution, and there is a very good Constitution, even though the right wing in Italy, they try to change it. That's not that easy. Over here is probably a little more easy. That's because I think the influential of the capitalistic system versus in the end of the war in Italy, the influence of the right wing and the left wing. I wouldn't say capitalist. I don't use the language because in those days, in those times, rich people were both sides, and they were jockeying themselves to put in a better position. And there is a very, very rich history, dark and bright, of the Italian at the time to keep a democracy. So that's and there are, as I mentioned about Cory Booker, I will say he's right. He's right to be mad. He's right to be angry, because the Democrat should be doing more to make sure that the Republican and Trump especially don't have their ways. Because if they have their ways, is not there enough time to change the middle term election. It will start to feel, because right now, as I heard rumor, because I work into a food store, as I heard rumor that the imported prosciutto from Italy, the prosciutto di Parma, because those tariffs, what happened is the next time they're gonna get some from Italy, it will probably go somewhere around $28 per pound, versus previously I think it was $18, $19, somewhere over there. So it will start bite. Depends from how much of all this company were able to stock their warehouse before all this tariff start to hit. So those company now, the one that they try and they have their warehouse filled, they can probably try to be somewhat generous, try to keep the prices as they are, but at a certain point they can't, because they're going to have new product in with the new prices modified by the tariff, and they're not going to change the percentage or their profit. Okay, I can remember long time ago, the profit was just the cost of the product. It was just divided in three. 1/3 is the equivalent of the money that you need to use to buy the element to produce the product, the overhead, and the profit. So they were about on 33%, maybe a slight variances here and there. But then something changed. Then the rule was as much as you can charge as long as the market can take it, which is saying, like, if you can rob more, go right ahead, rob more. So that's where the moral issues start to degrade, fall apart. And that's about it. So with this one, I would say if anyone has any question of anything that would like to formulate it, to forward to me, I will appreciate it. I know it takes some time. I know it's that, and believe me, I'm very, very grateful for the time that you spend with me here now. It is gratefully appreciated. And if you can spend a minute more just to forwarding a question to me, or even an opinion, or anything you like to say, you can do it to my email address. And the email address is no, that's another one. I'm sorry. I apologize on that. Is the Disgruntled Italian at gmail.com. Again, disgruntleditalian at gmail.com. Daddy will tell you what, I don't know. See, I'm not really a genius on computer, as you probably figure out in the last few sentences. Okay. I'm not proud, but I'm not making it a problem either. I'm an old guy, therefore, hey, what the hell? I think I'm doing already good with the little that I know. Okay, so it's, again, see, the old man here is coming up and telling me, stop that. So that disgruntleditalian at gmail.com. I'll be looking forward. I will be checking. And for now, I thank you for being so kind to listen to this old geezer here, the Disgruntled Italian. And for all of you, I will say arrivederci. Ciao alla prossima volta means ciao the next time. Okay, bye-bye.
The preceding program was produced through the community television facilities of Saugus TV. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of Saugus TV, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.